Hello everyone, and welcome to this exclusive webinar from Seamfix, a global identity verification leader. I'm Jason, and I'll be your guide through this session where you'll discover the surprisingly simple strategy used by 1,000 companies to stay 100% regulatory compliant. Now let's face it, running a business is tough. You pour your heart and your soul into it, working tirelessly to build something special, right? But what if I told you that your entire operation could be at risk with just one click, one malicious act? According to a recent study, cybercrime costs businesses a staggering £190 billion annually. That's a hefty price tag, and the UK is a prime target. So how can you protect your business from these ever-growing threats? Well, that's where robust fraud protection comes in. It's the essential shield that stands between your business and the bad actors lurking online, waiting to pounce on everything that you've worked so hard to build. In this webinar, we'll be diving deep into the world of fraud protection, specifically focusing on how to boost customer trust and confidence with trustworthy security measures. We're going to be slashing fraud rates by up to 90% using cutting-edge technology to simplify and accelerate KYC compliance by 10 times for a smoother customer onboarding experience. Unlock explosive growth by removing the fear of cybercrime. So, whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur, an executive, or even if you're just starting out, this webinar is for you. So please, go and grab a pen and paper or open a new document on your computer, and we'll cover the most incredibly valuable information that you will not want to miss. But before we jump into the nitty-gritty, let's talk about why fraud protection is no longer a nice to have, but a must-have for businesses of all sizes. Think about it. We live in a hyper-connected world, and that brings its fair share of benefits, but also challenges. You see, cyber criminals are constantly evolving, devising new ways to steal data and exploit vulnerabilities. Just last year, the UK alone saw a surge in cybercrime, with fraud now the most common crime. Like, you wouldn't leave your front door wide open, right? Well, you wouldn't want your business exposed either. And whether you're a bustling startup or a well-established brand, cyber threats can cripple your business. Now, a successful cyber attack can lead to stolen customer data, which of course can damage your reputation and erode customer trust. There's financial losses. See, fraudulent transactions can eat into your profits and cost you huge law fines. There's operational disruptions. Recovering from an attack can take time and resources. But now it's not just about protecting your bottom line. Building trust with your customers is the cornerstone of any successful business relationship. When someone shares their information with you, they're placing their trust in your hands. Now, strong fraud protection measures show them that you take their security seriously. And of course, this trust translates to increased customer loyalty, because if your customers feel safe, they're more likely to keep coming back and even recommend you to others. There's enhanced customer satisfaction. A smooth and secure online experience keeps your customers happy. Now, we're not here just to tell you about the problem. No, we're here to offer a solution. Today, we'll introduce you to a simple yet powerful method for fraud protection, trusted by over 1,000 businesses and used by a whopping 200 million end users across the globe. That's a lot of trust, wouldn't you say? But what can you expect from this webinar? Well, we'll be discussing practical strategies and innovative technologies that can boost customer confidence and significantly reduce fraud rates. Think of it as, well, building a fortress around your business. We'll also share some real-world examples and some success stories to show how effective these solutions can be. So, with that, are you ready to learn how to build a stronger, more secure future for your business? Great, let's get started. People are increasingly cautious about sharing their personal information online. And hey, rightfully so. Here's where a proven method called the IDVF method comes in. Trusted by over 1,000 businesses and used by more than 200 million customers worldwide, this method offers a simple yet powerful approach to boosting customer confidence and reducing fraud. Now, the IDVF method consists of 3 key steps. There's identification, verification, and face match. So talking about identification, this involves checking that the presented ID is not only valid, but also exists in the corresponding database. This check ensures that the ID presented is genuine and can be traced back to a legitimate source. This existence can include both active and expired IDs, giving us a comprehensive view of the identity's history. Now imagine using your driver's license to open a bank account online, or your passport to check into a hotel. These are all examples of digital identities that should have a source. Just like a physical document, a digital identity document needs to be checked, verified to ensure it's genuine. In some countries like Germany, there are strict regulations for identification. The UK, however, has a more flexible approach, with identification processes varying depending on the service and risk level. For example, high-risk scenarios might require document verification, while low-risk ones might rely on existing databases to confirm identity. Now, here's a staggering fact. Money laundering is estimated to cost the UK over £100 billion every year. To combat this, stricter regulations are being introduced, requiring companies to verify the identity of those registering businesses. So, identity checks are crucial for several reasons. Ensure the ID holder is eligible for the service or product, age verification, residency, etc. Prevents identity theft and fraudulent activities. This approach aims to simplify this process while maintaining high security standards. The next step after identification is verification. Now, this step focuses on confirming that the person presenting the ID is indeed the true owner. Verification is a vital part of KYC, which is Know Your Customer, AML, anti-money laundering, and CDD, customer due diligence processes. Businesses need to know who their customers are to assess potential risks. Now, did you know that the UK consistently ranks as the fraud capital of Europe, and Britons are nearly 9 times more likely to be victims of scams compared to Germans? Now, to address this, the UK government has implemented a new fraud strategy aiming to reduce fraud by 10% by 2025. Now, here's how UK ID verification currently works, although processes can vary in different industries. They gather evidence of claimed identity, digital or physical documents. Check evidence is genuine, cytographic security features for digital documents, physical features for documents like passports. Verify the claimed identity has existed over time, an active history check, to ensure it's not synthetic or belongs to someone deceased. Check if the claimed identity is at high risk of fraud by comparing details with anti-fraud databases. Verify the identity belongs to the person claiming it. Different verification strengths exist, with knowledge-based verification being the weakest and biometric authentication being the strongest. Now, yes, sure, at first glance it looks like a complex process. Well, you're definitely right on that one. But that's not all. So let's talk about face match. Now, research shows that UK customers want fast, secure, and remote onboarding, with identity verification as a lengthy and cumbersome process can lead to high abandonment rates. So this is where face verification comes in. It compares the presented face with the photo on the ID, or a photo in a database, ensuring the person matches the visual identity. Facial recognition technology analyzes various facial characteristics, including the distance between the eyes, the width of the nose, and even the shape of the jawline. It then compares the captured facial image to a database for verification. Advancements in machine learning and artificial intelligence have significantly improved the effectiveness and efficiency of facial recognition technology. And here's how it typically works. Facial image capture. Now, during enrollment, a clear facial image of the user is captured. There's Face ID creation, where unique facial features like the distance between the eyes, the shape of the jawline, and even wrinkle patterns, yeah, don't say anything, are extracted to create a secure Face ID template. There's liveness check. And here's where things get even more secure. To confirm the user is living and not using a photograph or video, the system requires them to perform specific actions during the verification process. These things might involve blinking, head movement, where the user may be prompted to blink or slightly move their head to demonstrate that they are indeed a real person in control of the device. Facial expressions. The system may analyze certain facial expressions to ensure that they appear natural and lifelike, something that a static image, of course, cannot replicate. There's also biometric authentication. Now, when needed for verification, the system compares the user's selfie to the stored Face ID and the liveness check data to confirm their identity definitively. Now, only if both the facial features match and the liveness check is successful will access or transaction be approved. This multi-layered approach ensures a secure and convenient onboarding experience for your customers, while giving you the peace of mind of knowing that you're interacting with a real and genuine person. Sounds complicated? Well, imagine a customer signing up for your online service. Well, here's how the IDVF method would work. Identification. The customer provides their digital identity, for example, a government ID. Verification. The system verifies the ID's genuineness and checks if it does belong to the customer. Face match. The customer then takes a selfie, and the system not only compares it to the photo on the ID, but also performs a liveness check to ensure it's the original owner and not an impersonator. By implementing this method, you can have speed and efficiency, verify identities within seconds, eliminating the need for manual checks. There's remote verification, allow for convenient remote onboarding without requiring the customer's physical presence. Scalability. The technology can handle large databases, making it suitable for businesses of all sizes. Improved security provides an additional layer of security compared to traditional methods. Overall, the IDVF method offers a secure and streamlined approach to customer onboarding, fostering trust and reducing fraud. Now, the IDVF method isn't just theory, it delivers real results. So here are a few stories that proves it is indeed the real deal. Imagine getting slapped with a $5 billion fine. Well, that's the reality that MTN Nigeria, the country's largest operator, encountered in 2015 due to poor subscriber registration data. Yikes again. But the good news is they didn't have to pay the whole thing. Using the IDVF method, we deployed a system that checked everything, names, addresses, even pictures, to make sure it all matched up. Basically, we made sure that nobody was pretending to be someone or something else. For identification, subscriber details were captured electronically using text, fingerprints, and facial images. Using the verification technique, the system verified the authenticity of the data and ensured it belonged to the subscriber. With face capture, we confirmed liveness and that the captured photo matched and met all regulatory standards. Then we equally enabled offline face detection and face quality check to be certain that the face collected met some minimum requirements, such as the International Civil Aviation Organization, the ICAO standards for international passport photographs, where every photo must measure 35 millimeters in width and 45 millimeters in height. And the height of the face must be between 32 and 36 millimeters, or equal to between 70 and 80% of the photograph. The result? Can you imagine? Groundbreaking success. Our solution processed millions of registrations weekly, peaking at over 600,000 per day. Now, impressed with the improved KYC measures, the regulator dismissed the potential for an additional $20 billion fine and even reduced the existing fine to $1 billion. Now, that's what I call a win. Bamboo, an African investment platform, wanted to make sure their customers were who they said they were. Now, with a new law requiring everyone to verify their national ID number, or NIN, things could get a little complicated. The challenge was that Bamboo needed a secure and efficient way to verify customer NINs during sign-up, login, and transaction processes. The IDVF method in action. They integrated with our APIs, a solution built on the IDVF method that allows businesses to connect their existing workflow to our verification platform, easily providing identification, where customers provided their national identity numbers, their NIN information, on web, app, or mobile, and it was validated to be active or expired. Verification, we retrieved and verified the NIN details seamlessly, returning 99% accurate results immediately. The result? A win-win. Bamboo achieved over 50,000 verified records, a secure and compliant onboarding process. There was global expansion. Seamfix supported their multi-country growth across Africa as we work in over 220 countries. A simplified onboarding experience, faster and easier sign-up for customers who became first-time investors. Are you inspired by these success stories? Well, you can achieve similar results. At Seamfix, we're passionate about the transformative power of identity. You see, we believe everyone, anywhere, deserves the right to a verified identity. And that's why we are empowering global businesses to provide reliable services by easily creating, verifying, and accessing trustworthy digital identities. This way we can enable trust in the way we work, live, and learn. And that's why we are proud to say that our IDVF method has positively impacted over 200 million end customers globally. With every process, we contribute to financial inclusion. Millions can now access financial services that were previously out of reach due to unverified identities. Empowering individuals. You see, a verified identity opens doors to education, employment, and participation in the digital economy. Building trust. You see, stronger verification methods create a more secure environment for everyone involved in online transactions. But you see, it's not just individuals who benefit. We've also helped businesses combat fraud. Our robust KYC, the Know Your Customer solutions, help prevent fraud and money laundering activities. We help businesses reduce risk. By verifying identities, we help businesses comply with regulations and avoid hefty fines. We help build stronger relationships. Knowing your customers better fosters trust and strengthens business partnerships. Now let's continue with a real eye-opener. In 2017, Deutsche Bank was slapped with a hefty fine of £163 million for failing to comply with anti-money laundering or AML regulations. The message from the FCA, the UK's financial watchdog, is clear. KYC, Know Your Customer, and AML compliance are non-negotiable. You think it won't happen to you? Well, think again. Nearly half of all UK businesses are at risk of facing similar fines, and fraudsters are getting more sophisticated by the day. They use a variety of tactics to steal identities and commit fraud, including phishing attacks, luring users into clicking on malicious links or giving away personal information through fake emails or websites. Social engineering manipulates users into taking certain actions or revealing sensitive details. There's credential stuffing, which uses stolen usernames and passwords to break into accounts. Of course, there's spoofing, which makes it seem like there's someone they're not, like a trusted company or even a friend. There's man-in-the-middle attacks that intercept your communications to steal data. Account takeover, which gains unauthorized access to existing customer accounts. Synthetic identity theft, creating fake identities by piecing together bits of real information. There's the takeover. You see, armed with this information, the criminal contacts your mobile carrier, impersonating you and requesting a SIM card replacement. They may use stolen personal data or social engineering tactics to convince the carrier representative to authorize the swap. Then exploiting the new SIM. Once the SIM card is activated with your number, the fraudster gains complete control of your mobile communications. They can intercept one-time passcodes, your OTPs, used for two-factor authentication, reset passwords to your online accounts, and even authorize financial transactions, all while remaining undetected. Sounds terribly dangerous, right? And the consequences go beyond just fines. You see, when a customer becomes a victim of fraud at banks and mobile operators, it damages not just their bank account, but also the company's reputation. And this is why a robust fraud protection process is crucial. Now, traditionally, KYC checks involve manual verification of documents, which, as you can imagine, is a tedious and error-prone process. Imagine the challenge of verifying thousands or even millions of customers this way. AI-powered solutions, on the other hand, can handle large volumes efficiently and accurately. And here's why AI shines compared to manual checks. Global ID expertise. There are countless ID document types worldwide. AI can handle this complexity, while human reviewers might struggle sometimes. Document authentication. AI can analyze documents for authenticity, detecting forgeries more effectively than untrained staff. Overcoming human error. Let's face it, everyone makes mistakes. AI removes human error from the equation, ensuring consistent and accurate verification. Improved efficiency. Manual checks are time-consuming. AI automates the process, freeing up your staff and accelerating customer onboarding. Centralized records. AI systems maintain digital records, improving control and accessibility. Adaptability. AI can adapt to changing regulations and fraud tactics much faster than manual processes. In a nutshell, AI-powered KYC offers unmatched accuracy, speed, and cost-effectiveness compared to manual checks. The beauty of AI solutions is their versatility. Here are some common verification methods that you can leverage. Document verification. Our AI can instantly analyze up to 13,000 plus IDs globally, including passports, licenses, national IDs, and voter cards, detecting forgeries and inconsistencies and ensuring the legitimacy of your customers. There's biometric verification, where we provide secure and convenient ways to confirm identity through fingerprint scanning or facial recognition. There's liveness detection. This advanced technology ensures that you're not dealing with a photo or a deep fake, but indeed a real person. Seamfix uses real-time scanning of faces and monitors movements to confirm liveness, eliminating the risk of fraudulent activity. Now let's see how AI-powered KYC translates to real-world results. MTN Nigeria, a leading mobile network operator with over 80 million customers, faced challenges with manual verification. Their SIM card registration and swap processes were slow, prone to errors, and couldn't keep pace with their rapid growth. Fraudulent activity was also a significant concern. By implementing Seamfix's solutions, MTN Nigeria achieved remarkable improvements. 90% reduction in fraud. Seamfix's AI effectively identified and prevented fraudulent SIM card registrations and swaps. 3 million customers onboarded in 40 days. We set a new standard in onboarding speed with high image matching accuracy. Transitioning to AI-powered KYC doesn't have to be daunting. Don't let fraud compromise your customer trust or financial security. Partnering with Seamfix is a smart investment that can significantly enhance your security posture and streamline your customer onboarding process. And we'll guide you every step of the way. Now just imagine this. You're sitting in a cafe in Tokyo, sipping your coffee, when suddenly you get a notification. It's a new customer signing up for your service, all the way from Buenos Aires. And guess what? They're verified and ready to go, all in less time than it takes to finish your latte. How's that possible? Well, look at your current verification process and be honest. Is it actually any good? How long does it take? How many people drop off or just give up because they got to dig out additional ID, wait for background checks to be completed, or having to fill out endless forms or answer hundreds of questions while the salesperson types them into the computer? Or you could skip the entire process entirely, so that customers can buy your services immediately without any checks. If that's you, you're playing with fire. So how do you speed up your onboarding process while staying secure? Let's face it, the success of your business depends on whether your customers prefer your products, services, and brand more than the competition's. And that's why biometrics can be a powerful tool for winning and keeping more customers than ever before. Our biometric ID verification checks are completed with just one piece of ID and a selfie. It takes less than 90 seconds, less time than it takes your sales team to make them a cup of coffee. And of course, your customers can do it remotely on their own mobile phone without having to download any apps or software. It is so ridiculously simple, yet so incredibly powerful. And customers actually enjoy the process. And it's beyond just faces and selfies. We scan, read, and extract ID data from documents, like passports and driving licenses, authenticating the documents while simultaneously performing data checks. This gives you a second source to verify your customer against. You're not just reliant on government or credit bureau data sets, you're automatically checking a real human being against their authenticated ID. All of this may sound super technical. We hear you. But the only important thing you need to know is that our advanced biometric technology can onboard anyone, regardless of skin tone, location, or nationality, 10 times faster than any manual method. And that's a fact. Biometrics isn't just about security. It's about empowering your business to onboard customers faster, reduce fraud risk, and create a seamless experience. It's the key to unlocking a competitive edge in today's digital marketplace. Now, we're nearing the end of this webinar, and it's been a lot to cover. And I am so glad that you've stayed until now. Thank you. But before you jump off, we have just one final secret for you. Now, you've learned much about onboarding, regulatory requirements, compliance, and AI. So what happens when you begin verifying your customers' ID and faces? You'd have a mountain of sensitive data to protect, right? Now, the worst thing is that traditional paper-based storage and systems are not only cumbersome, but also vulnerable to breaches and fraud. We're proud to share that we have you covered on this side as well. A powerful case study is our partnership with the prestigious University of Nigeria, Nsukka, the UNN, to develop a revolutionary electronic data solution that addressed these challenges head-on. Our innovative platform wasn't just about digitizing records. It was about creating an impregnable system for data protection. And here's how we achieved this. First, document authentication. Every academic record uploaded to the platform undergoes a rigorous verification process, ensuring its authenticity and tying it back to its rightful owner. This eliminates the risk of fraudulent record creation or tampering. Secure document storage. Digitized transcripts are stored using state-of-the-art encryption methods, safeguarding them from unauthorized access. Our secure infrastructure provides an impenetrable fortress for this valuable data. User-friendly interface. Our platform boasts an intuitive interface that simplifies record management for university staff and transcript requests for students and alumni. The entire process is efficient, secure, and user-friendly. The results? Well, a resounding success story. The impact of the Seamfix electronic transcript solution at UNN was nothing short of transformative. Over 400,000 academic records were digitized. Paper-based records have been converted into a secure digital format, streamlining record management and retrieval processes. 75,000 plus transcripts processed efficiently. Students and alumni can now request and receive transcripts faster than ever before, eliminating delays and frustrations. 7,000 plus verification requests fulfilled with confidence. The authenticity of student credentials is easily verifiable by employers and other institutions, fostering trust and transparency. 1,500% increase in UNN's IGR. The streamlined transcript request process has significantly boosted the university's internally generated revenue. Look, every business faces unique challenges, and that's why we offer a free 30-minute KYC gap analysis. Now, this valuable service will identify your top 3 compliance risks. Our experts will pinpoint the vulnerabilities that could expose your institution's data to security breaches. We'll help craft a personalized compliance roadmap. We'll develop a tailored plan to address your specific needs and ensure that you meet all relevant regulations. Empower you to achieve peace of mind. With a clear understanding of your compliance landscape, you can sleep soundly, knowing your customer data is safeguarded. I'd like to say thank you so much to you all for joining us today for this informative session, and we hope that you've gained valuable insights into how we can help you speed up onboarding, meet compliance, and secure sensitive data. But more importantly, Seamfix empowers institutions like yours to prioritize what matters most, protecting your customers' trust and growing your business. So book your free KYC gap analysis today and take the first step towards a secure and prosperous future for your business and your customers. Thank you once again for joining us. This webinar has now concluded, and we'll be sending a follow-up email with all the resources mentioned today. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the compliance side. Bye-bye.